Good day and welcome to our second virtual open day of 2020. I am Etienne Depree, a lecturer at Potchefstroom Academy. You are currently signed in the Interior Design Information session. We are pleased to see you all here and excited to hopefully meet you all in person next year. Our marketing department will be in contact with you the next week to complete your application. Potchefstroom Academy and SAST is situated in Potchefstroom, a vibrant student town. The student-friendly environment ensures that our students remain engaged in learning while providing them with the opportunity of getting involved in recreation and social events. Students get to meet interesting people in various industries and share experiences to last a lifetime. The Academy ensures, the Academy ensures that our students are prepared for the future and have the necessary skills to succeed as an employer or employee. Furthermore, Potchefstroom Academy has a keen interest in conditioning our country's future entrepreneurs. We educate our students by providing them with the relevant insights and advice on how to successfully market their skills and services through entrepreneurial pursuits. Our campus is conveniently situated within walking distance from all the Academy's residence facilities, nearby shopping malls, sport and recreation facilities, and restaurants. Safe parking is available at the residences and next to campus. Our presenter for today is Mrs. Corneille de Toy, Head of the Interior Design Department. If you have any questions, kindly wait until the end of the session to ask it in the comment section or raise your hand. If you have a low internet bandwidth, please switch off your camera and also remember to mute your microphone. Please note that we have all the necessary COVID-19 protocols in place, and we wish to welcome all prospective students and their parents to visit our campus. All our contact details, further information, and a virtual tour of our campus are available on our website at www.potchacademy.co.za. Lastly, we would like to ask anyone attending today's session on a cell phone to please turn your screen horizontal to view the session. I hope you enjoy the session.
Okay. Welcome to the Academy and welcome to Interior Design Department. Today I would like to introduce to you both our qualifications, the Interior Design NQF Level 6 Diploma, as well as the Interior Decorating NQF Level 5 Higher Certificate. To show you the difference in the two qualifications, you will see that the Interior Design Diploma is a 3-year full-time course on campus, where we specifically look at the technical component as well as the decorative component, but on a smaller scale. Whereas in the interior decorating higher certificate course, it's a 2 years part-time correspondence course, which you can do from the comfort of your own home, or if you are already working in industry and want to add this as an added extra. For these two courses, you can see the differences that we have in these two various applications, and I will then go through each of these specifically to introduce the differences to you. Interior design, in essence, is understanding people's behavior. By monitoring that and doing a thorough case study, you will know how to apply your design skills at the end of the day to ensure that your client has the maximum comfort and functionality in that specific room. Whereas with interior decorating, the decorators mostly focuses on the beauty of the adornments and the various trends that they then bring in terms of furniture, smaller fixtures, accessories, and decor to that specific space. I want you all to get comfortable and jump onto your couch if it's necessary and listen to what you can achieve by the end of your course. In your first year in interior design, you'll see we have 7 different modules, with each of these modules consisting of both a practical as well as a theory component. Because it's all fine and dandy to be able to know it all off by heart if you study it and can parrot it in an exam, but you need to know how to apply it in practice to make yourself a successful interior designer. In the first year, we focus on design principles and elements. We focus a lot on your design development and how to develop your own trade and skill. You will learn all the basic building structures and functionality. So you will learn everything from your foundation through to your walls, your floors and your walls and doors, as well as your roof structure. Because you as an interior designer at the end of the day need to make wise decisions when planning to break out walls or add in additional walls. We have our technical component consisting of the drafting practice, where we will teach you guys everything that you need to know on compiling a building plan, elevations and sections, sufficient enough to either then by the end of your studies submit to council and even to your building contractor or your cabinet maker. You will, in the course of these 3 years, then also learn different software, AutoCAD and Revit for the design component, Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign for the presentation part to assist you in creating your specific presentations for your client. So if you take this sketch, I will show you how we then apply the different modules to this specific area and why we need it all. This specific area will then show you how you will go about planning your space in your interior design practice module. So that will be your practical component. You will have a theory component named Study of Materials, where we will teach you how to go about choosing wisely what finishes you need to use, where and why, to have maximum effect. Costly mistakes can be made, and thus we need to educate you guys sufficiently in order to avoid that. You will also learn then everything about your structures, as I mentioned earlier, and you will then need to know what kind of wall, where that wall should be, and what would be the most appropriate material to build that wall in. And lastly, to bring it all together, we obviously need to document this, and that's where we then use our technical drawings. For drawing techniques, that is part of your practical component, you will then learn how to sketch and how to make it more sufficient. So we will teach you all the different rendering techniques, different mediums that you'll be using, and even how to draw proper perspective. So don't fear, if you haven't had technical drawing in school previously, we will be able to assist you guys to enable you to draw this at the end of the day. For design communication, your two main software programs that you will be using is AutoCAD and Revit. So AutoCAD will enable you to draw up plans similar to these, that's in the illustrated image, that you will then eventually issue to your contractors and your clients. And then Revit will be the nice 3D rendering that you will present to your client so that they can actually envisage your design that you've created at the end of the day. For visual presentations, we will be teaching you both Adobe Photoshop as well as Adobe Illustrator, and in third year, InDesign, to enable you at the end of the day to compile a sample board consisting of your specific 3Ds that you've already created on your Revit program, adding to that all your different materials that you've learned about, and then apply in your practical component, and then present this to your client at the end of the day so that they can also understand and see visually what you've had in mind for them. Your last module for first year would be business practice, where you will be taught computer skills and also all our internal online forums. In communication and listening skills, there would be various workshops and presenters enabling you to get ready for industry. And then business management is one where we will at the end of the day enable you guys to all either be part of a business or have your own business at the end of the day. Okay. Then if you switch over to the second year, the modules are fairly similar to what you had in first year, because obviously in first year we had to first learn you how to crawl. to sit up. In second year, we teach you how to crawl. In third year, you'll be able to run. So in second year, we focus specifically then on interior environments, such as retail spaces, different commercial spaces, offices that will typically be used, residential interiors, and the different design elements that we as interior designers need to think about and be able to create. And we focus a lot on your ergonomic design. So you as a human being need to be able to see fit in that specific area. And then in your second year, we usually take part in a furniture design competition that is launched through the DTI. And our students have previously been able to excel in this specific competition fairly good. So by the end of your second year, you will then be able to compile all your knowledge that you've built up in those 2 years, with starting off on the left-hand top side with your concept and your concept development, your design methodology that you've learned in interior design theory. You'll see in the middle at the top your AutoCAD plans that you've compiled, and then the remainder of the presentation is made up of your 3Ds that you've created yourself from scratch in Revit, and then applying your different materials, as you can see in the middle band right on the right-hand side. This will then typically be something that you will present to your client once you've compiled it on your Adobe software. Switching over to your third year, where we then teach you how to run, and you should be able to run well and fast. Your modules changes slightly so that we can actually prepare you for the industry and what the industry would rely on once you then apply for a job. So we will then look at the advanced design solutions. So the complexity of your projects will be a little bit more advanced, and you will be required to think out of the box much greater than you've done in first and second year. We then take part in many more industry competitions. We focus a lot on your green building principles, environmental sustainability, because at the end of the day, you as an interior designer are the people who are able to make a difference going forward in how we preserve our earth. We focus on hospitality design and also specifically project management, so that you can know how to deal with your client, how to deal with your contractor, when you have to set up tenders or contracts between the different parties, and then also, obviously, at the end of the day, plan your project so that you can ensure that you can deliver to your client within the necessary time span the deliverables that you've promised them right in the beginning when you first met them. So these are the different people from industry in the course of your 3 years that you will engage with. Caesarstone and PG Bison has been involved in student competitions for the past 20 years, and they keep on excelling in what they require from the students to then actually submit to them. The judges for these competitions are guys, interior designers and architects in industry, who then actually start seeking students to work for them going forward in the next year following. KSA is the Kitchen Specialists Association, and they also do continuous training with our students to enable them to understand the necessity of planning a kitchen and how to make it feasible for those who need to use it. The DTI, once again, as I said previously, launches a furniture competition every year, and it's quite fun getting involved into their specific briefs. In your third year, you will be doing work integrated learning for a period of 6 weeks, where you will then actually go and do what we would call job shadowing. Get involved and see how the actual life within an interior design office works, and the hustle and bustle and everything that is pertaining to that specific project or the various projects at hand in the different design offices. You will, in your third year, then also be able to register as a student member at the the IID, which is the African Institute for Interior Design Professions, where you will then, even after your studies, be able to still be a member and excel in networking systems and even getting some new jobs, having social media exposure on their various platforms to promote you as an interior designer. For your 3 years that you study, we will be able to give you a specific requirements kit per year, so that we can make sure that you've got all the necessary equipment, your papers, your scissors, your rulers, your pens, your design guides, in terms of the specific syllabus, so you don't have to rush around getting all the specific equipment necessary. This would then be typically a submission that we've done earlier in this year while we were still deep in lockdown, of one of our interior design third-year students for the Caesar Stone competition. And here they had to create, over a span of 220 meters, 3 different specific design areas. They had to design a restaurant, public bathrooms, as well as an exhibition space. Okay. Over to the interior decorating, you will see that the shift in focus regarding the technical component is much less in this course, and we focus a lot on the decor component at the end of the day. So you will be able to excel in a career such as a color consultant in various retail showrooms, even be reps for the different suppliers and manufacturers, and any other decor services related to our industry. I've listed here a summary of the various modules that we will then focus on, starting with the decor history and design, decor styles, so that you know where it initiated from and how you will be able to apply it once you start doing your own decor projects. We look at the use of color and how you will, at the end of the day, apply it, and then assist you in creating these decor solutions. In your next modules, you will have a thorough understanding then thereafter of your different materials and finishes, and how to implement and use it accordingly to make wise decisions. So you don't want to have a residential kind of laminated floor in a shop. So you will rather then focus on a commercial finish. And we will teach you how to know the difference and where to apply it. For your different residential rooms, we will then go through each of these individually and teach you how to plan your space, what to think about, what's the main aims of planning these spaces, to enable the user at the end of the day to have maximum comfort. Your last bit in this specific course would then also be your project planning, budgets, and contracts. And that's something that's inevitable. We will not ever be able to get away from that. So in this specific course, I will teach you how to not create the naughty chair in the corner, especially if you've got a huge big area, such as this one in the illustration, and how to not be the designer who's going to have a client phoning you to tell me, my TV just melted because we lit the fire. Neither would you be the decorator at the end of the day who chooses to plan a beautiful lounge for your client without any coffee table or a too small light fixture on the ceiling. So this course then, at the end of the day, consists of 20 different modules, which enables you to achieve your NQF Level 5 higher certificate over 24 months. We do have 4 contact sessions throughout this period on campus, where you can actually meet all your other fellow students who will be doing this online correspondence course, and interact with guys that we, suppliers and manufacturers that we invite from industry to join us on that specific day. So the process that we then follow for you would be to send out 4 different sets of 5 modules each issues. And you will have more or less 1 month study time for each of these modules. That will enable especially those students who are still full-time working to have sufficient time to spend on their studies and then even interact with us on the contact sessions that we usually have on a Saturday on campus, where you can all be relaxed and it's quite a casual mingle session for us all. So you will receive your study notes, you will do self-study to enable you to compile your assignment. Once you've submitted it, we do the assessment and we give you feedback. So in essence, this is what you want to. You've got an inspiration that you have to work from, and you need to put it all into action. You need to plan it, you need to document it, you need to know how big, how wide, how tall, how small everything needs to be, and then also, obviously, as I said previously, what the cost is for your client. And you need to be able to put a little bit of extra money in your pocket as well at the end of the day. So this is the fun part of the process, where we actually start thinking about all the different materials and finishes and how we're going to compile it to start creating this once-off beauty that you've created yourself. So interior designers, just like decorators, need to have some comprehensive skills, and those would necessarily be great organizational skills. Of course, you will need to be able to organize everything from your suppliers to your contractors to your client and manage their expectations as well. Thus, good communication skills would be of essence, and obviously to enable you to do all of this, research and creative thinking would be top of your list at the end of the day. Interior design is understanding behavior of people using that specific space. And that's me. So I just want to leave you with my motto in life, and that is to strive each day to be 1% better than you were the day before. Questions? Is daar enige?
Nee, verskies man, dit is Tanya RB. Ek het 'n vragie oor die interior design die korrespondensie-kursus. Ek gaan nou maar Afrikaans praat makliker. Hier so lyk dit quite a more focus oor die interior decorating gedeelte. En dan kyk ek dan met interior design, maar ek kyk nou na julle modules.
Ekskuus, kan ek jou net gou daarso stop? Ek hoor jou nie baie goed nie. Jammer daarvoor. Sal dit dalk vir jou moontlik wees om net kortom net vir my in die chat function self daaronder net vinnig te skryf, en dan gaan ek dalk makliker. Ekskuus, of vir jou kan antwoord.
Ek maak so.
Jammer. As daar enige van julle ander is wat vrae het, is julle welkom om dit ook daaronder in te stik, en dan kan ek daardeur lees en vir julle antwoord. Die verskil tussen the difference between a degree and a diploma qualification. A degree qualification at the end of the day would be in essence adding to your practical qualification in your diploma a research component. So that's basically what differentiates the two qualifications. So a diploma, you will be hands-on, taught how to do all the practical applications. Doing your degree will then add to that your theory component, an added extra theory component. So a design methodology that's been researched, and then a conclusion stated to that. The type of computer that you will require. So I recommend, if you start sourcing or looking for computers for yourself, to then actually look at a gaming computer where you've got a good graphic card as well as a big memory, so that you are able to upload your different drafting and visual programs. This qualification is accredited with SAQA, and it is also acknowledged by the IID who in return are part of various international bodies. And if we as the Academy are accredited and acknowledged by the IIT, so we will then fall under those regulations. Just keep in mind, if you talk about international standards, especially in the building and design industry, we are required to, even guys from other countries, so from America, that moving over to South Africa, need to do an extra additional exam to enable them to learn all the different building regulations before you can actually then work in that specific industry. So that's basically what the greatest requirement when you do want to move overseas. Yep, the computer specs have been uploaded. Job opportunities. There are 3 things that you won't be able to do at the end of your studies, of your 3-year course. You will not be able to do heart surgery, be a dentist, or marry someone. For the rest, we're going to teach you everything that can be done, because you will be able to work with architects and developers. You can work individually in niche design areas, or you can be in a design environment where you get involved with all the various kind of design environments that I've listed previously in the 3-year course. Yes, so for the building plans, for the correspondence course, we usually then also host a introduction workshop for the correspondence students on a free downloadable software program, and that is a little bit less intricate and technical, but still sufficient for you to actually, at the end of the day, draw up plans. So yes, you will be able to do a building plan. We're going to teach you how to actually survey a room, how to use your tape measure, and how to then put it out on scale. Yep, you will be learning about the building regulations, not as in depth as in the full-time course, but the main aspects, the most important ones, you will definitely learn as we go along. Yes, you can register with the IRD. When you do the correspondence course, you will then register as a decorator member instead of a design member. Yep, so we do include you guys. Okay, it seems like I've now went through all the different questions listed. Those listed, is it Yuri Arvia? Are those questions, well, the answers that I've given you for those questions sufficient? Great. Then I'm glad to be of service to you. Anything else? No. If there's no one else who has any questions that you might have after today, you're still welcome to then forward it to our campus at info@potchacademy.co.za or call us on our landline 018-294-9000. Great. Thank you for your time. Keep well.